And good morning, Morris Brandon family. It is a beautiful Tuesday, March 31st, the last day in March. And who do we have here? Well, of course, we have Mr. Hudson, but is that our main campus media specialist there?
Hey guys.
Ms. Landers here joining us today. She's our guest of the day, and we have an awesome announcement that she's going to make today. We know that today is the second day of our Spirit Week, and if I look around, it looks like everybody on here is wearing their Morris Brandon gear. I've got my shirt on. I've got my Duel of the Dads hat on, which I'm so bummed we had to miss that this year, but I know that we'll get back to it next year. I see Mr. Hudson in his Hive colors, and I see Miss Lander down there in her Morris Brandon shirts. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Go Green Hive.
Good morning.
So today, as we continue with our IB Word of the Month and our character trait, we are discussing knowledgeable. And one of the first people that we're doing today, we actually have two people that are knowledgeable today. We do want to honor and recognize the Dean of Civil Rights, Reverend Dr. Joseph Lowry. He is very knowledgeable in community activism, civil rights, social justice. He worked very closely with Dr. Martin Luther King. And unfortunately, he passed away this weekend, but we do want to remember all his good works and leadership in the civil rights movement. So Reverend Dr. Joseph Lowry, this one is for you. Our second knowledgeable person for this week is Lindsay Lander, our main campus media specialist. She's good at technology. She knows about books. She can talk to you about authors and writing and all kinds of amazing things. So Miss Lander is our knowledgeable person for Morris Brandon for today. How are you, Miss Lander?
I'm great. I miss everybody, but we are doing well at home.
So there's something going on that's pretty special happening around the school. What is it?
All right. So at our main campus, before we left for the closures, we had started something called Book Madness. And it's basically a twist on March Madness, the basketball tournaments. And we decided to vote on books. So we started with our Sweet 16 and we narrowed it down to the final, to the national championship. And it was between Wonder and Dogman.
Wow, two awesome books, by the way.
Yes. So that's what we're two favorites. And it was a really tough competition and we still had votes, even though we are at home now. So I was really, really thankful that our main campus students still voted, and we have over 100 votes for the book. Are you guys ready to know?
All right, let's see who it is. And I hope it's Dogman because I dressed up as Dogman for Halloween. So
yes, you did. Okay, we're going to see. All right, drum roll, guys. The winner is Wonder. Sorry, Mr. Bland.
Oh, man, I love Wonder.
It was Wonder actually won. I can't remember the percentage, but a lot of people voted for Wonder. It's a great book. It's a wonderful book if you haven't read it. The author, RJ Palacio, is actually reading it live on Twitter every day and around at noon. So you can find her Twitter handle. I'm not sure what it is, but just search her up on Twitter and she's reading it every day at noon. You can also probably find it in your public library's collection of ebooks, and you can maybe find an Audible book of it as well. So
awesome. And Ms. Lander, I know we had pretty high participation. Do you have any idea how many people voted on the book of the year and throughout the tournament?
Yeah, so throughout the tournament, I would say we probably had about 90% participation from our main campus students. We got really excited. We had brackets. Everybody voted in Google Forms. So we just kind of kept it up online now that we're at home. And we had over 100 votes for this book. So
awesome.
I was really excited to keep that momentum going. We're definitely going to do it next year. I know Miss Ingram is on board with doing it next year too at the PC. So
awesome. Great work. Thank you.
Of course. All right, and just a quick reminder about Race to Read. This is our reading competition that Dr. Karstarfin has challenged us to read 1 million minutes. And today we have logged 503, or yesterday, 503 minutes. So we know that we can do better. So remember, our login information is super simple. It's just exactly what you see up there as your password, race to read, with no spaces. And your username is your network login for your email or your Google Suite, and or Backpack. So it's super simple. So you can find the Race to Read app in Backpack, log in, and log your minutes. And then if we meet our goal, we are going to choose Mr. Hudson and Mr. Bland to either kiss the cow, get slimed. There was one other option.
Pie to the face.
Pie to the face. So
We got a long way to go, though, don't we, Mr. Hudson?
yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And we know you guys are reading so much, so we just have to make sure you are logging those minutes.
Exactly.
We got a special visitor today.
Hi,
Oh,
sweetie.
hi. I needed to plug my computer in.
This is the first time she's joining us.
Yeah, Avery is up nice and early this morning. Look at that. She is ready to join our announcements, and she's going to sit here like a big girl
So
while Daddy
cute.
finishes them up.
Good morning, Avery.
All right. So as you know, ladies and gentlemen and students and parents alike, we are in the middle of our Spirit Week. It is Tuesday, March 31st. It is School Colors Day. Mr. Hudson, it's okay. He's just repping his Hive colors. No problem. Still Morris Brandon. We're wearing all of our Morris Brandon gear. And you also going to get some points for some crazy hair. So if you're dressed up and you're wearing, parents, we encourage you to post your photos on Facebook or tag us on Twitter. We're going to put a collage together at the end of the week. I want to see that.
Mr. Bland, too, if they receive that flyer from their teacher, that the links, the blue underlined text, are links to a Padlet that they can post it on, too. That's totally private. So.
Yes, that is also true. So this is so your teachers may send you the same screenshot, but the blue is a link to a Padlet, exactly. Now tomorrow, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on, but tomorrow is going to be Random Acts of Kindness Day. And we changed that a little bit, but we want to focus more on this time of year about kindness towards our siblings and our parents, and even some of our other family members that we may be stuck in a house with for a pretty long time. So we're asking you to do something nice for someone else. And a great way to do this is to maybe write some letters to any of our first responders, the people that are out on the front lines every single day, really helping to defeat this virus and helping some of our elderly people and people in the hospitals, and really just putting themselves at risk every day to make sure that we are happy and healthy. So if you are interested in writing a letter to a nurse or a doctor or police officer or anybody who's out there still working, on Friday of this week, we are doing one more food drive where we're going to collect food and supplies and gift cards for families in need. You can also drop your letters off there, and we will take them and make sure they get to the right place. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later and throughout the week, but we are doing another food drive at Brandon off the Howell Mill Road entrance, which is the lower lot, between 9 and 12 this Friday. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but you can bring your letters there, and we'll make sure they get to the right place.
Happy birthday to London Ford and Henry Hanna. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And we normally sing, so we are going to sing 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear
London and
Henry. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, that's great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we start every morning with a little bit of physical activity. So I'm going to walk you through one of my favorite little jumping jack sequences. And actually, I like to call it the I'm a bee. Okay, some people know it as maybe a jumping jack or a star, but it's called I'm a bee. And they're going to give you 5 of these. We're going to make sure that our arms are nice and loose and our legs are nice and loose. Okay, and Avery's going to do it with me. We're going to stand right here, and we're going to jump up like this, and we're going to go, I'm a bee. I'm a bee. And we're going to do that 5 times. All right, ready, set, go. I'm a bee. 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 All right, and we got our legs involved in that, and we got our arms involved. and we're going to shake it out. And as soon as we hang up and we're done with our morning announcements, you guys can continue to do that. And I want you to try and get 20 of them in today for Spirit Week. And you have to scream at the top of your lungs, I'm a bee.
I'm going to do those as soon as the morning announcements are over, Mr. Bland.
All right, Hudson.
All right, so it is Women's History Month. I guess, gosh, the last day, guys, right?
Yeah.
I'm honored to talk about Mayor Bottoms. She was born and raised right here in Atlanta. She's the 60th and current mayor of the city of Atlanta. She holds a law degree from Georgia State University, and she served in the Atlanta City Council for 8 years.
School dance is coming up, and it's all about moving your body. Who's got the best moves on announcements today?
Right.
We're going to move our body on Friday, and the time is 1:30. There's a Google Meet. We will be sending that out so that everyone knows where to join us for the dance party from 1:30 to 2 this Friday. Look out, move your body.
That should be interesting. I'm excited to see how that's going to work out, Mr. Hudson.
Me too. Joke of the day. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
I don't know.
Sure.
What did the left eye say to the right eye?
Between us, something smells.
That's a good one.
All right, so I want to talk about a couple of things today, parents. First and foremost, remember that it is Spirit Week, culminating in Read All Day Friday. We want you to wake up on Friday. We want your kids to wear their pajamas, and we want them to read all day. Tomorrow is going to be Random Acts of Kindness Day. I think it says School Spirit, but it's really Random Acts of Kindness Day. And we want you to write some letters if you can. If you don't want to, you can just be kind to your brothers and sisters and your parents and be good listeners and good rule followers. Always practicing social distancing, of course. But if you're interested in writing those letters to our first responders, that's a great day to do it tomorrow. And we can drop them off at the main campus Friday morning. Because if you look at my second bullet point, we're doing another food supplies and gift card drop off. You can bring all your supplies if you want to donate and help our families in need to Morris Brandon main campus on Friday from 9 to 12 p.m. This is going to be a no contact drop off. You're simply going to pull up and you're going to place your items in the proper bins. Everything will be labeled. This time, our donations are going to go to Peachtree Hills Rec Center, which is currently a food hub for our students in the North Atlanta cluster. And we are also partnering with Gooder, who are going to help donate some of our leftover food and supplies to the rest of APS, okay? For all my DLI and dual language immersion students and parents, we do want to send out a letter this week kind of outlining our expectations for dual language immersion. We do know, and we have learned through your parents and your feedbacks, that dual language immersion is a lot, especially with two different teachers that teach two different subjects. And on top of that, the Spanish piece. So we definitely want to outline some expectations in some ways that we can help you and that you can help us. So be on the lookout for that letter this week. Aside from that, always remember that on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays, actually I think it's on Wednesdays, our B-mail comes out, and that is my main communication during our virtual learning, so be sure to look at that. And if you want to, I know that we passed our deadline for our parent input forms for next school year. Know that right now there's no deadline, there's no timeline, and then when we get close to a point where I need to have them all out, I'll make sure that you know. So you can hold on to those parent input forms. However, if you have a printer or you have a scanner and you want to download them and email them to me, you can. My email address is there. And this is for class placement for next year. So don't worry if you miss the timeline. We're going to be sure that we collect all of them.
And now we've come to the end of the announcements. Thank you, Ms. Lander, for joining us. Any final words, Ms. Lander or Mr. Bland?
Thank you for having me. And I just encouraging everybody to keep reading, of course, and logging your minutes.
All right. And guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Keep up that Spirit Week. We are almost at spring break. Okay? Hudson, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Have an awesome day, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.